Oh, okay. So I'm a little nervous. Public speaking, it just gets you every time. But I'm so excited to be here tonight. I am so excited to have all of you join us tonight for this call, and I'm super excited to share it with my amazing friend and top leader on my team, Alex Height. So you'll hear from her in a little bit, but if it's your first time, I just want to welcome you to this call. You guys are on the best team on the planet, in my opinion. It's a real privilege and an honor to be on this call. And so I'm just going to dive right in and tell you guys a little bit about me. Can you guys hear me okay? Everything's good? Okay, good. All right, so tonight I want to talk about consistency and attraction marketing with passion. So I started my journey as a challenger in January 2013. I was that person who had tried everything, and I did the weight loss pills and the shots and restricting carbs, and I was in and out of gyms, and oh, it's very loud. Let me just turn it down. Is that better? Is that better? Okay, good. So I was in and out of gyms and all that kind of stuff. And so I actually had gotten into a car accident in 2010, and I broke my leg. And then a year and a half later, I did the bucket list thing, and I got a crotch rocket motorcycle. And the first day I rode it, I fell and I fractured my elbow. So those two accidents kind of left me very unmotivated. I was scared to work out. I was 20 pounds overweight. I just knew what I needed to do. I just didn't know what to do. And until I found a Beachbody coach online who I didn't really know, and she was a mutual friend of a friend. And she was always posting about challenge groups and she just had that energy just like coming through the screen. And she just finally, the new year came, and I had made a New Year's resolution. And when January came, I was going to get back on track. Well, like a week into January, I hadn't done a thing. And she was in the back of my mind because all through the holidays, I saw her posting and I saw her doing her workouts and being healthy. And so I reached out and I'm like, what is it that you're doing? And she told me she was a Beachbody coach. She told me that she, holds online accountability groups, and she really listened to me and my needs and what I needed and set me up with the program Chalene Extreme. And when she said accountability and motivation, I was sold. I was like, that's exactly what I need. And so I joined her group, and back then our challenge groups were 90 days. And I literally, I think, was like the only person. I think there was maybe like 3 people standing at the end of our 90 days, and I was one of them. So at that point, I knew that I needed to spread this to people. And just a history of my career at the time was I was a massage and skin therapist for at the time for 13 years. So my heart and passion is helping people, teaching people how to live, a life of balance, and educating them on skin health and massage and stuff like that. And so I knew after I went through my first challenge group that I needed to pay this forward. And I didn't know nothing about the compensation. I actually kind of thought Nick and Lindsay signed me up as like a discount coach. And I just had this passion to I wanted everybody to feel as good as I did. And I still had, some goals to reach. And so I thought, well, this is a great way to stay accountable and motivated to my own goals. And so I signed up as a coach in May. And my business kind of just took off because for that 90 days, I was sharing my journey and I was sharing what I was doing. I was sharing little progress updates. And when I announced that I was a coach, people were already following me for 90 days and following my journey. So it just kind of took off. yeah, my main goal was to just help people, and I needed everybody to feel confident and secure, because I knew what it felt like to not have that hope and try everything and restrict carbs. I kind of thought that before, this journey, that I was never going to have chocolate a day in my life. And for those of you that know me, know that that's never going to happen. So when I found balance, I was just, so Beachbody really saved my life. I'm sure, like many of you, you have a story kind of similar to that. So I've now been a coach for 29 months, and I've had many ups and downs. And yes, we are recording. And I just want to share with you how being consistent through the good times, through the hard times, through the times that your family is not going to like what you're doing, through the times that your best friend's going to think what you're doing is a pyramid scheme, and they're not going to want to, all these things. So here's just a few things on this slide right here that kind of just describe me. This bottom left-hand picture with the excitement, that is pretty much me wherever I go. We just had a diamond retreat, and it's funny because all the pictures of us at the diamond retreat, I'm just like, and that's just me. Everywhere I go, I'm just always happy, and I'm always excited, and I'm always positive. And so that energy attracts that same kind of energy. And so you really have to be mindful of the presence that you have on Facebook and on social media, because if you want to attract I'm just laughing at Nick. If you want to attract people that are like you, then you have to be that person that you want to attract. So this middle picture here is from Summit, and these are just, this bottom left-hand picture is my dearest coach, Karen. She lives in Oklahoma, and we met as a lead. She was a lead for T25, and she is a woman of faith and a woman of God, and I truly believe that God can bring people through leads. He knows what you are like, and he knows what that person needs. And, I just think that, it's just amazing, this opportunity, and how God brings people together and to fulfill a greater purpose. So another thing about me and on my Facebook is that I share my faith. Like, I don't try and hide it. I am unapologetically me, and I share, what God has done in my life and where I once was, because it's not me. It's the only good thing in me is God. So I like to share that. And this top picture is all my friends and all my coaches on my team. We had a painting with a twist night. And so this is just over time. I really feel like now is when I'm really starting to attract people that are like me. All these girls, we are so much alike. The only difference is that I'm not married and I don't have kids. But we're all faith-driven and very positive women who are really coming together to perform a greater purpose. So that is just a little bit about me. So I'm going to go on to the next slide. And it's funny because the other day I was listening to Brendon Burchard, and if you don't listen to him, you need to, because he is amazing. And the podcast just went along with what I was preparing for this call. So I know you can't really see what this says, and I apologize for that, but I'm going to go into 4 areas of creative expression and passion. So these are areas, daily areas of your life that create expressive passion, and ways that if you're living these things out, then that energy you're putting out there is going to attract people that are just like you. So the first one up here in the pink box is creativity in your conversations. So what I have said there is, am I truly being my confident self? Do I share my dreams, my vision every day with others? Do I feel my best in conversations with people? Do I bring joy, excitement, enthusiasm, engagement into my conversations? So successful people are creative and are constant in how they express themselves. They are happier because they truly express the things that they love, pursuing their goals and their dreams in their own unique in their own unique way, without conforming to others or trying to do what's right or what's normal. So basically, you know, do you ever look at somebody from the outside and think to yourself, man, like her spirit is just so alive and she is so comfortable in her skin? I know I think that sometimes when I see people, and that takes effort. Like that takes intentional, you know, to you guys are having issues with people joining. There's a max of 500, so they should be joining, or they should be able to join in. We only have at 252, so you're welcome. Maybe they are joining in from an iPad and they have to download the app, the Puffin app. There you go. Where was I at? So we all have that ability to express that, but that just comes with confidence. You know, when you are talking with people, you have to just engage, you know, and if you're passionate and you believe 100% in what you're doing, and that comes out in your conversations, just generally talking with people. Like, for instance, if you're at, you know, a restaurant and you're ordering a crazy salad with, you know, dressing on the side, and you have all these things, and the waitress is looking at you like, what's up with you? And you'd be like, oh, you know, yeah, I'm doing the 21-day fix. Have you heard of it? You know? And she's like, no. And you'd be like, well, do you have a Facebook? You know, it's like there's so many opportunities to just talk with people. I remember one time I had went out with some friends and we went to a concert. One of my friend's husbands sings in a little country band, and we were at dinner and I was doing the 21-day fix countdown to competition extreme plan, and I'm eating like eggs and I don't know, broccoli or something. And one of the girls that I met for the first time was really looking at me kind of funny, and she asked me why, you know, we came into conversation. I told her I was doing 21-day fix. Well, by the end of the night, we're at a bar and it's the last night of the 21-day fix promo of that month. And literally the girl is buying a challenge pack in a bar, starting my challenge group prep week like the next day. And I just opened up and I just shared, you know, what I was doing. Um, so yeah, you just have to be confident and just talk about it, and you never know where people are at and what they need. And, you know, we're problem solvers, you know what I mean? And we can't get to the problem unless we know exactly where these people are, what they're going through, and the only way that you can do that is by, you know, communicating with them. So the second part that I have is creativity in your home or your workspace. Now, it says here, is where you live an expression of you? Are you inspired in your workplace? Are you inspired in your home? Is your home a reflection of you? Now, I have people come to my house all the time, friends, family, whatever. And people always say when they come to my house that it's so inspiring and it's so relaxing, and I come into your house and I just feel at peace, and because it's very warm and it's very inviting. And, you know, coming from a massage and skincare background, I was always used to being in a very serene kind of a place, and so my home is a reflection of that. But when I came home to work Beachbody full time a year ago, actually to the date, this October, I made my office, if you can see behind me, it's very cool and everything in here is white. And I wanted to be in a place that was inspiring, that I wasn't wanting to just relax and be calm. I wanted to be uplifted, and I wanted to, you know, have that inspiration when I'm in here. So this room is completely different. So wherever you are to do your power hour or, you know, all that, is it, you know, inspiring to you? Is it something, a place where, yeah, chaos is not good. But just pick a little place and decorate it however, just to get you inspired, to get you focused, so that when you sit down to communicate with people, you don't feel all kinds of just mayhem. You feel centered, you feel focused, because it's really, really important that when you're communicating with people and you want them to feel your energy and to feel that from you, you've got to be centered. You have to be focused on that moment with that person. So that is something that has helped me. So the blue dot, or the blue circle down here, creativity in your contributions. So recreate ideas. Are you taking the initiative to implement new ideas, whether or not people believe in your mission? Don't risk silencing yourself, your vision, and your uniqueness. Don't do it. Like, there's going to be people that don't agree with what you're doing, that think that little idea is just ridiculous. But you know what? It's your idea, and there's nobody else like you on this planet. So bring your best every single day. And if you have an idea, try it. Like, you never know if it's going to work or not work. You know, I've been running challenge groups for 28 months. And to be honest with you, I kind of got a little like unattached, or just kind of going through the motions. So I decided that I wanted to do a community group. So I've been doing a community group for 2 months now. It's just one central place where I don't have a day 1, day 2, day 3. I have a banner up at the top that has like a daily to do. And I didn't know if it was going to work. And in my mind, I wanted it to be a certain way, and I'm trying to get it a certain way, but you don't know unless you try. And so that is creative expression. That's thinking of something, failing forward if it doesn't work, tweaking it a little bit if it needs it, and just thinking outside the box. So, Jeanette, I'm anxious to see how that's going for you. So just be your best, and don't worry about what people think, and don't compare yourself to others. I know it's so hard for all you new coaches, or even veteran coaches, comparing yourselves to where other people are at. I've had to really take a look and just thank God for where I am right now. I've had many ups and downs, and I will show you that in the slides to come. But sometimes God doesn't bring things to you because maybe he doesn't think you can handle it right now. You have to grow into that. You have to make mistakes in order to know what to do next time. So that is something that, you just have to learn. You just have to, keep moving forward. And then the last one is creativity in your legacy. And this one is super, super important to me, which I'm sure it is to many of you. What is your unique contribution to the world? It's your voice and your relationships with other people that will ultimately tell the world who you are and what you stand for. Nobody can take that away from you. So I work so hard because I am not married and I don't have children. My mom was a very young mom of twins. I have a twin brother, and she had twins at 18. So I have seen struggle my whole entire life. My mom did the best that she could. I've been involved or around. My family has been, alcoholics and drug addicts. My father died when I was 10 years old from melanoma skin cancer. So I have seen a lot in my life, and I want stability, and I want freedom for my kids and my family. And I want to leave a legacy that is not living paycheck to paycheck, and that is not a daily struggle. I want my kids to know what it is to live in faith, and to, work hard for the things that they want. And if that's one thing that my mom did teach me, it's to work really hard. But I want to be present with them, and I don't want to have to miss anything. And so, everything that you guys do, and Alex is going to touch on a lot of that in what she has to say. But it has just molded me into who I am today, and what the legacy that I want to leave and what people remember me by. So the way you do that is by sharing your story and being unapologetically you, and you will relate to people that are like that. So that is my 4 areas, and with the help of Brendon Burchard, but how it has applied to my life. So I hope you guys can apply that to yours. So really quick, these are just some key points on creating passion in your posts. So the first one is P, and that is personality. Adding your flair, adding your personality, your funk, your, spunkiness, whatever makes you you. Use descriptive words, create emotion, emotional connections in your post. People need to feel a sense of wow, or oh my gosh, or that's cute, or make them laugh, or be in amazement. Those things will really help get engagement on your page. So that's the P. For A, you need to have an agenda. Create a clear awareness. Suggest solutions and supporting details. So when you're talking about 21 Day Fix, tell them what it's about, how you felt before you started the 21 Day Fix, where you were at, some of the things you learned on your journey. Tell them that you're there for them. Create a clear agenda of your post. The S, success. Share the inside scoop of your challenge groups. Listen, you guys, people have no idea what we do in our support groups. And FYI, I don't use the word challenge groups anymore. I always use the word success group because it really just... people get scared of a challenge, and when you talk about it being a support group and accountability group, it takes the less pressure off. And so but they have no idea what we do in there. So any little thing that you can share, if somebody posted something about day 12 and they love Shakeology because of blah blah blah, take a snapshot, share it. If somebody has a non-scale victory and they posted a photo of them pulling out their pants and they lost a couple of inches, share that. Share any little thing that lets people into what we do, because they just don't know. They have no idea. And so the more that we can share and let them in, the more they kind of get a taste, and the more that you're planting seeds into their life. The other S is stress. Okay, who deals with stress? I think we all do, right? How do you deal with it? How do you deal with your stress? How do you calm down from the day? Do you drink a hot cup of tea? Do you you should be listening to personal development. Do you sit in a hot bath? Do you take a walk? Do you pray? Do you listen to spa music? Whatever it is, like, talk about it. Talk about it. Tell people about it. Let them in. So I, in passion, integrity. You want people to know that you are about them. Everything you do is about helping people. And by doing that, you become the best version of yourself first. And it starts to build credibility and trust with you as a coach. Vulnerability motivates people. Being vulnerable motivates people, because they're like, dang, if she can post that, or if she can do that, or he can do that, then why can't I do that? So being vulnerable, and if it's something that you screwed up on, tell people about it, and then come back with how you made it better. Like, that is one thing that I've always done from day one, is I tell people my screw ups. I let them know that I'm addicted to chocolate. I let them know when, we went on our diamond retreat and I ate crazy amount of food and came home and did a 3-day refresh. Like, let people know these things, because I think that people think that because we're coaches that we're 100% perfect all the time, and that is just not the case, and we all know that. So the more you share your struggles, the more people will know that you are real and that you are not this like robot that's just posting on Facebook, and they sense that from you. They feel that from you. And remember, guys, that this business is not about selling. We are not selling people anything. We are literally inviting them into our life, inviting them into our purpose, inviting them into our space, into what we know works. So share, share, share. O is for overcome, personal development. Okay. It is essential. And I can tell you that I did not do personal development until probably 6 to 8 months into my business, because I thought I had it all together. And then you hit a roadblock and you're like, what am I not doing? And it's personal development. So if you're doing personal development, that gives you something to talk about. You can post what you learned from your personal development that day, and that takes, up one of your 2 to 4 posts that you're supposed to be posting every single day. The N is need for love. People, you have no idea what they've been through, and they need to feel wanted and loved and valued and all this. So share compliments. Give people what you would want to get in return. Share achievements. If somebody of your friends list, their kids did, I don't know, got a black belt in karate, congratulate them. Like, be like, oh, I saw your post, and congratulate them. Just give what you want to give in return and go above and beyond, and people will see that and they will feel that from you. So that is how creating passion in your posts will work. Okay. So now I'm going to get into a little bit of consistency, and I really just kind of want to brush through this because I want to give Alex some time, and I don't want to take up all of your time tonight. But this, I hope you can see it. But this is my timeline. So this is my 3rd holiday season as a coach. Okay. So this first bubble up here is when I was a coach for 5 months. I went diamond in November. So 6 months I went diamond. And I was making, I don't know, I made like $47, $62. 1 week I did $455. So that was 6 months as a coach, and that was my first holiday season. So the following year, the same month, I was now a 3-star diamond coach. I became full-time Beachbody coach 17 months after I became a coach. And at this point, I was making enough money. My business was doing very well. I was able to supplement my income and come home full-time as a Beachbody coach. And that was not my intentions, you guys. That really wasn't. I loved what I did as a massage and skin therapist. I loved helping people. I had been doing it for 13 years, so I was a little bit burnt out. And when I saw the potential, and I saw Nick and Lindsay going on these vacations, and I went to my first live event and heard Lindsay Matway tell her story, I was just like, you know what? I am no different from any of these coaches. I am no different from any of them, and neither are any of you. And what has happened for one can happen for all. You've just got to be willing to put in the work. And I made a commitment that I was going all in. And so 17 months later, I was 3-star diamond, and I was able to leave my business. And I was averaging probably like 500 a week, 600 a week. So fast forward to last month, the month of September, and then a little bit into this month. So I have created 6 diamonds. Technically right now I am only a 1-star because my 2 diamonds are on the same side. So yeah, exactly, even with the rank drop. So that is what I want you guys to really understand. Rank is great. I mean, we all want rank. We all want to, hit 5-star and become elite and all those things. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're making the big bucks, like it really just depends on your volume. So even though my business has dropped, my diamonds have dropped, I could have given up. I could have thrown in the towel because it's a setback, but I'm in it for the long haul. And I know that this business is going to have ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. And I signed up to never get off this roller coaster. And I'm not. So I'm continuing to move forward. But as you can see, with consistency over time, every single day, doing those vital behaviors, building those relationships with people. I've hit Success Club 10 every single month. This January, if I hit it from now until then, I'll be a Success Club 10 legend. So it's all about being consistent through the good, through the bad, through the ups, through the downs, through the setbacks, through everything, because that is what builds residual income. So that is, and I think, okay, so the bottom here, it's not about having the skill to do something. It's about having the will, desire, and commitment to be your best no matter what. You know what? We, as your upline coaches, can give you every tool to become successful. I can give and I have probably 150 files in my team page. I can refer to you every personal development that I know will help you in those areas. But you know what? If you don't apply those things, and if it doesn't create an emotional change on the inside, then it's not going to work. You're not going to move forward. It has to create this burning desire that gets you out of bed every morning, doing the things that you don't want to do, talking with people, getting over those fears, getting over those hurdles. That burning desire has to be so strong, because if it's not, these little things like diamonds falling and just little things that have happened over the course of my business would have derailed me if I was not strong enough. And so you have to be strong enough in your why and know that that there is so much good, but there is some bad. There's some things that happen, and that's just a part of the business. So I took my highest paycheck of last month, and I just wanted to show you that the team bonuses of what my team is doing was 792. So that's residual income. That's pouring into your team. That's recruiting all the time. That is, setting your monthly goals and not going to bed until they're completed. That is doing day by day struggles and setbacks, victories and celebrations. Slow and steady wins the race. Now, slow and steady, is for me, but it might not be for everybody. If you are, I am all in, and I'm ready to run, and I'm ready to go as fast as my coaches want to go. And but I have found that, I'm okay with slow and steady. I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay. Me and God, we we have it all together. So, and whatever you focus on the most becomes your reality. So if you're always focused on, if you go into a conversation and you already know that this person's going to say no, then that's what they're going to say. Like, I know a lot of times, I tell my coaches all the time, when you go into a conversation, instead of thinking of all the things that you don't want this person to think of you or to say or to feel, like, why not go in with asking the questions to get them thinking about what you do want them to think about their goals, about their struggles, about what's preventing them from becoming their best self. Ask the questions that spark that interest with them, so that they know that you are about them and that your main concern is them. And if they ever feel like the intentions are for you to get a Success Club point, it's going to turn them off right away. So know that whatever you focus on becomes your reality. Expect the good, expect a yes. I'm not saying you're always going to get it, but that comes with just, expecting and believing for the good. So I think that's my last slide. Yeah. So I hope I didn't talk too fast. I hope you guys got a lot out of what I was saying, that you can apply these things to your business, and know of what I was saying, that you can apply these things to your business, and know that don't ever give up. Don't ever give up on that dream. Don't ever give up on your purpose. And, connect yourself with people that inspire you and uplift you and pour good into you. And I can promise you, over time, if you keep that why at the center of everything that you do, you will grow and you will succeed. So thank you guys so much. And I'm going to hand it over to Miss Alex. So just hang on one second. Okay, hang on one second. We're trying to get in here. I'll post the slides in our team page.
Can everybody see and hear me? Okay. Hi, everybody. Man, I was nervous, but then I was starting to get like, I gotta talk. Hello, everybody. I'm so excited about this now. My name is Alex Height. I am founder of Team Living the Dream. And I'm so excited to talk to you guys tonight about what I'm most passionate about and what I really think has been the driving force and success in my business thus far. So, get started. Who is this chick? I am married to my best friend in the whole world, and I am the mother of 3 beautiful babies that are my life. And I got into this, I think about 2 years ago, super quick. I had been through quite a bit prior to Beachbody. My second daughter was born with transformation of the great vessels. So in the simplest of terms, what that means is what was on the right side was on the left and vice versa. So it was a really big deal. And she needed open heart surgery. So for my mamas out there, I'm sure you know how much that can take a toll on your heart. Can everybody hear me? Just so I'm not talking like, this is weird. It's different. Okay, good. I also, in that time period, me and my husband, we lost our very best friend in the world, which you can see him over there. There's his beautiful face over there, to suicide. And I can sincerely tell you that it was the darkest, lowest point of my life, our life. And from there, about a year later, though, God blessed us with a son. And I know that was a gift from God. It was a gift from my friend. There was no doubt in my mind. The minute he was born, his name was going to be Sean. We spelled it different. We spelled it with a U to give him his own identity, and Shaun means God's gift. But Sean was born with several difficulties. I had a horrible labor, and he wasn't thriving. He wasn't eating. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing, and nobody knew why. So again, it took quite a toll on a mom's heart. I was scared. I was worried. My husband was actually supposed to be deployed for a year, and they didn't follow through with the orders because of what we were going through. That was a godsend. But needless to say, Sean needed appointment after appointment, and we weren't sure what was going on with him. And I can sincerely tell you, I lost myself. I felt like such a hypocrite because actually at the time I was a fitness instructor, a Zumba instructor, and Pilates. And I was going to my classes. I was teaching my classes, and I was promoting people to find fitness in their life. I was very passionate about fitness and make health important, and yet I was so unhealthy. I was obsessed with my son and what was wrong with him. And I started really losing myself. I didn't eat right, or I didn't eat at all, or I overate, or I ate my emotions. Everything was struggling. My work was struggling. My marriage was struggling. And I was watching Kelly on Facebook, and she was always positive, and she looked amazing. But really what drew me to Kelly was her positivity. I was lacking that so desperately. And when I reached out to her and did my original challenge, I think my real transformation, my true transformation, is definitely in here, and in here much more than it was my body. I lost 13 pounds, but it wasn't 13 pounds for this insane transformation. It was really 13 pounds of pain. And to release that and to start just taking care of myself and doing things like food prepping and care and sleeping well and eating well, it was life-changing. Absolutely no understatement, life-changing. I was becoming really who I wanted to be, the mom I wanted to be, the wife I wanted to be. So when I started sharing this, it really was organically just like, oh my gosh, you got to do this. I mean, why is anybody doing anything else? Why is anybody going to the gym? You got to do this. This works. I would see someone running on the street and be like, why are you running? You got to do this, do a program, get on Shakeology. My kids were actually like severely embarrassed with me daily because I was so passionate. And when I started sharing, I really did not at all understand the coaching opportunity. And a background with me is I suffered severe learning disabilities growing up. I actually have, I'm dyslexic. I have dyscalculia, which is dyslexic in math. I didn't read. I never tell anybody this, but I didn't read till almost 7th grade. I was held back in 2nd grade almost twice. I was teased beyond your wildest dreams. I was new all the time. I went to 7 different public schools. So there's only 8 years. So you can imagine that's quite a bit. I was always new. I was always teased, and I was forever behind. So even coaching and the technical stuff like the computer, I mean, I never opened the computer. I was never on social media. I had 44 friends on social media, and I maybe knew 5 of them. I did not post things. I did not share things, nothing. It was so incredibly out of my comfort zone and new to me. But I felt something tugging in my heart. I knew I wanted to share this with people, and I felt like every time I made somebody feel of value and I could help someone this way, that I was honoring my friend in the same time. I was being his voice and my voice. And I knew I needed to push through, and I needed to just learn what it took to learn. And I remember being so frustrated at some things and so annoyed at some things with the computer. So I literally wrote, I had a piece of paper, and on top of the computer, it said overcomer. And when I would lose sight and when I would doubt myself, I would look at that piece of paper and tell myself, don't you dare give up. Because if I give up on me, I give up on him. And that was non-negotiable for me. So I started this group just lately with my team, and it's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. And I called the training Get Hungry But Stay Humble. And the reason for that was because there's some qualities about people that are hungry. And I'm not good with slides and stuff. So like, I'm not even keeping track of that. I'm just going to let you know, like, it's just not my thing. I'm just talking. People that are hungry for their life, to change their life, they're resilient. People that are hungry, they don't wait for a perfect time. They don't wait for a perfect moment. They don't wait till they know everything. And they certainly don't wait until they know how. They just do it. They leap and they learn, and they fail and they get back up again. People that are hungry allow the word no to become their daily vitamin. Let me tell you something. I've never heard no more than I heard no as a coach. I heard no from everybody. I wanted all my friends involved in this. I want my family involved in this. And they're like, Al, I don't know what you're doing now, but it ain't happening. If I would allow that to stop me, then I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing my purpose. I wouldn't be following my passion or my dreams, because I would have let the voice of someone else define me. One of my favorite quotes is, someone else's opinion of you does not have to be the reality of you, your reality. You need to know your truth. You need to know who you are. I pour personal development down my coaches' throats because it's necessary. And I'm bold enough to say, if you're not doing it, you can't do this. because you cannot fill someone else up if you're not filling yourself up, if you're not reminding yourself of your limitless possibilities. The humble part comes in that if you don't know, ask. Let me tell you, I ask everybody everything. I release the ego. It doesn't matter what you did before this. It doesn't matter if you were in corporate America and you're the top dog. It doesn't matter if you were in sales and you could sell everything under the sun. This is not sales. This is sharing. This is loving on people and wanting the best for people. And it's new. So the things that are new, the things that are different, you just gotta eat some humble pie. A yoga teacher once told me when I couldn't do a move and it was frustrating me, Al, you need to eat some humble pie. And I think a good dose for everyone is severely important. I would ask Kelly the craziest, simplest questions, but they weren't simple to me. I'm a slow learner. And if you're a slow learner and you're listening to this call, that does not define you, because there is nothing that someone else is doing or can do that you can't. It may take me a little bit longer, but watch out once I get it. It is about believing in yourself. That's what it's really about. Forget what you did before and just show up to this. From the get-go, I never not listened to the wake-up call. I never not listened to this bombshell call. I would listen to Scotty Hobbs till 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes. I was hungry to know more. I have no ego. I've had other coaches on my team calls that are doing well. I ask other coaches. I'm in other coaches' team pages. I see them doing stuff. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? I'm going to do that. I mean, just everything we learn from each other. Support each other, love on each other. The ego will not serve you, not long term. So, hang on, let me get. So, I really consider myself an overcomer, and it doesn't stop here. I'm going to continue to overcome, and I'm going to continue to eat humble pie while I do it. I think we're all really messed up. I think some of us just have a better way of covering it up. And I can tell you, the more that I showed my mess, and the more I took my wounds and turned them into my words, the more people connected with me. I actually put a video. We finally got a diagnosis on my son. He has Soto syndrome. And I just found out in September. And it was hard. It was really hard. I still to have something going on with your child and be worried about them or be fearful for them, it's really hard. But it was also a godsend, because now we know what we're dealing with and what we can do to get him what he needs and the help he needs. But I'm going to tell you guys that sometimes what I see is stuff's going to come up, okay? It's going to come up personally. It's going to come up professionally. Life's going to smack you across the face, okay, while you're doing this business. But you don't let go of this business because you're getting smacked. Take a day, take 2. But usually what is in front of you, that the problem, this is the vehicle to solve it. So why would you stop driving your vehicle that can help the situation that you're in? I've had enormous setbacks since I started coaching. My journey looks like nobody else's. I moved across the country when I was a coach. When I first turned diamond, I moved to California. It was a crazy time. I had 3 kids in the car, 2 dogs. One of them I don't even like, that was getting violently ill, that we had to stop and pay $1,500 to get that dog life saved. That I wasn't really on board with that, but it had to happen. And you know what I was doing? I was walking around trying to find Wi-Fi because I got to hit Success Club. And my husband was like, "You're crazy. Can't you can't you put this on the back burner for a minute, Al?" And I was like, "Nope. I'm hungry for my life to change it. And I know no matter what goes on, this is what's going to change it." My husband's been deployed 4 times since we came out here. For 200 out of 365 days, 265 of them, he's gone. I am alone with 3 kids, 2 of them with special needs, and 2 dogs that I don't necessarily love. Sorry if you're a pet lover, but I'm just keeping it real. My days are crazy. I mean, they're crazy. If I had someone come in here, they'd be like, whoa. And there are times where life is smacking me in the face. And there are times where I think, I don't know if I can do this. I really don't. I don't know if I can juggle all this. I can handle all this. And there are times, the last time my husband left, I can promise you that the last thing I wanted to do was invite someone to a challenge group. But I have to. And I want to because it is my purpose. It is my purpose. The last thing my friend ever said to me, which I think he knew it was the last time, but I didn't, was, you have greatness behind that smile. And every time that I want to surrender in any part of my life, I think about him saying that to me. And I don't give up. I don't give in. Because I'm doing this for both of us. You see, when Sean took his life and everybody judged him, how could he leave 2 kids? How could he make that decision? What scared me the most was I understood, was that I got it. I know how it feels to feel like nothing. So every time that I can make someone with these programs and with our support and with our groups and with our team, like there's someone, I serve him. I honor him. And I'm hungry to do it. I don't know if what your guys' why is out there and what you want to do with your life and how you want to change it. But I can tell you, it's bigger than selling a challenge pack. This is a vehicle to change your life. It's a vehicle to become who you want to be. You got to enjoy the ride. You got to stay strong when life smacks you in the face. Because you're worth it. And your family's worth it. And your life is worth it. So don't shrink. Don't shrink. Be an overcomer. Overcome your obstacle. Tell yourself every day, I'm going to see this through. I don't care how many coaches quit. I don't care how many no's I get. I'm going to see this through. I'm going to change my life with this vehicle. It's not about Beachbody. It's about you. I want to do insane things with my life. I want to do insane things with my life. I want to be of purpose. I want to make a difference in suicide prevention. I want my name stamped to a difference. I want to prevent one person from not feeling the way I felt when I lost him. And I will. And this is my way of doing it. When you know your why, when you know why you're doing this, you will keep doing it. You will do those redundant, repetitive behaviors every single day. You will not be tired. You will be motivated. It won't matter that you have 3 kids. It won't matter that you have a toddler screaming. It won't matter that you work 10 hours and you just want to watch a show and drink a glass of wine. You won't. You'll get your butt on your computer and you'll invite people to the next challenge group because your why will propel you to do so. Don't get tired. Get motivated to change your life. That's all. If anybody has any questions, I know mine was very different than Kel's. Kelly, I loved what you had to say. I should work on a creative space. Right now I'm locked myself in my room away from my kids, so it's great motivating for me to maybe think of a work area. You do what you got to do. I'm not sure what else to say because this is my first time. So I hope that I touched on someone's heart, on their life, and I helped someone. Because then I am of purpose. Bye. I don't know what to do. I hope killing messages.